Hello everybody, this is LEGO 2014 or Electric Productions, and today I'm reviewing the Revoltech Iron Man Mark III, and this is a Japanese import figure for those of you wondering, and it will run you around $45 if you were to get it from a retailer such as Amazon, which is where I got it. I believe they still have it in stock. Anyways, the box is like a big square basically, as you can see, and on the left side there's some art on the figure. They've got the info and a nice shot of it here and the Iron Man logo. Not sure if you can see that. There you go. And so then right here in the middle there's a big window, plastic window, and you can see the figure and all of its accessories, which I'll get into later. And then there's the Revoltech logo here, a bunch of other logos, and that's the front of the box. So then on the side you've got the nice shot of the figure with flame background, looks pretty cool. And it does say official Avengers merchandise. And then on this side, didn't actually show, there's just some instructions for the joints, but they're not in English, so don't know how to read those. Anyways, then on the back there's the figure in even more poses and everything showing. And then it displays the accessories right here and shows how the chest lights up. I believe this is a separate piece they're advertising that you can buy right here. Not sure. Sorry, the camera is a bit off. And yeah, that's basically it for the box. Alright, so here it is out of the box, and I just have one problem with it, sort of. I'm pretty sure this is just mine, but it can't really stand properly. Like, it doesn't balance very well. Hasbro's is a bit more well proportioned in that area, like when it's standing up. But in every other pose it's pretty good. I guess I'm not good at posing Revoltechs, since like they have accomplished other poses on the back. But yeah, so the figure itself is really nice. The paint is shiny. It's like a red metallic type thing. Looks really realistic. And in the film I think it's slightly darker, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so everything, there's tons of details on it. And so we'll get into the figure in a second. And these are the accessories around it. So he has an alternate head, which I will get to, and two pairs of hands, or actually three pairs of hands, including the ones he's holding, or using, I mean. And he comes with this, I guess this is sort of like a container for storage. And lastly, comes with this nameplate, Iron Man Mark III, and it tells you that it's from Iron Man, the 2008 movie. So let's get into the detailing on the figure. So first off, let me just actually put his arm down. So you can see that helmet is painted with a nice gold. It's not too shiny, which is the perfect gold for this. And you can see details up here. They even got those two, I don't know what they are, but they're sort of like dents at the top of the helmet. And then at the back of the helmet you can see they've got these, I don't really know what to call them, sort of like layers to the back. And then they've got the neck here, which is actually a separate piece of articulation. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so they've got that piece right there, sort of layers. And then they've got these two silver pieces, and it connects to the chest. And then there's the arc reactor, which looks really nice. They've got the black lines around it and different cuts on here. And you can actually see underneath the armor, which is really cool. And then they've got this chest piece, which does go in for some reason. I'm not sure why. And I think that's just for posability purposes. And then on the side, you've got the legs, which pretty well done. And this part actually moves. I think that's for posability purposes as well. And then they've got the silver, or gold, sorry, on the legs. Just a little outline like in the film. And then when you sort of do this, it does mess it up a little bit, like the whole effect, but since it's sort of hollow, but it does look very nice. They've at least covered this part up to here, so that's good. And on the back you can see the joints, but they sort of blend in. And then they've got some, I don't remember these, but obviously I wasn't looking for them, so I'm pretty sure these are accurate. Otherwise, I don't really know who would possess them to put a bunch of dots on the back of his leg. And then they've got the boots right here, which look really nice. And then up here, the armor is going over it, and it actually is posable. So then you can move it up more, and it moves pretty far down as well. We'll get into that in the articulation. And yeah, so it's just a really detailed, nice looking figure. So the articulation, he's got a ball jointed head, moves up about that far, and does go side to side. And then he's got ball jointed, these pieces, the shoulder plates are ball jointed, that's really nice. So then arms have free movement. So the arm moves up about that high, or the shoulder rather, and it does swivel. Actually, I think it swivels a little bit, but mainly the swivel for that purpose is right here in the elbow. And the elbow moves in about that much. And yeah, any more would chip the paint. I don't think it does anyway. And then this has a swivel too. I guess you could count this as articulation, which allows for different repulsor poses. And the hands are all ball jointed. And this is, I guess you could consider this a piece of articulation since it does swivel, but it doesn't really move up and down. Like it does, but it doesn't stay there, like if you know what I mean, like it doesn't, if you were to pull it all the way down, it wouldn't really stay down or up, since that's where the arc reactor is. And they actually, the battery in mine, it wasn't, doesn't work, unfortunately. So we'll have to look into that. But on the sides, you can see his legs move up about that far, and they move forwards about that much. And also be careful, because if you push too much, the plastic is a bit soft and it does dent, and the paint is really it's sort of like sticky, so it can get chipped easily. And then the knees bend about that much, and the feet go about that far down. I don't believe they actually go up the feet, unfortunately. Also, you can see, I don't believe I showed this right here. On the back, just the details right there. I did show them, but I don't think I talked about them that much. So that's the figure. And here we have the head. So the likeliness is okay. I mean, like, there's no hyper-realism going on here. But, it's decent, I guess. I mean, like, the hair is pretty good, but the face is not exactly spot on. But it's good enough when you see that in a suit. Like, when you see the head on the Iron Man suit, I'm guessing you would know who that is. Another problem with this figure is that when you put on the head, it's way too long, the neck, so what you have to do is you have to sort of push this piece down, the neck articulation, and then make him look up from there, is what you have to do. It's not fully pushed in, there we go. So then it looks slightly better, but still, it's not really worth it to switch it out, especially since it's such a pain. Like, there's actually a different joint, and every time you take out the head, it gets stuck. So it's really annoying to switch heads, and this head doesn't really look that great anyway, so there's no point in going through the trouble. So that's the head, and now we've got the hands here, which these ones are basically the same. I'm gonna just do this so I can see a close-up of one. These hands are basically the same as the ones that he was using throughout the review, but these ones are sort of like with the fingers like bent a little bit, but yeah, I don't really know what you'd use those for, since like he doesn't really bend his fingers when he does repulsor shots. Sort of like, oops, relaxed hands, I suppose. And then lastly are the fists. So those are pretty cool. And that's basically all of the figure, actually. So unless anybody wants a close-up on this. I know this is what you came here for, so I'm just gonna, this review will be 12 hours, and I'm gonna just leave this there so that everybody can soak that in. But actually, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and share it, and leave a like if you, yeah, if you enjoyed it, I guess. And yeah, thanks.